Hello there. My name is Pastor Victor Cohn, and I've been away for a minute, but it's always good to be back on here. I've got a quick question to ask you. Have you ever heard someone lamenting in private or perhaps on social media about the fact that, they've helped people who eventually turned their backs, walked away from them in bold, blatant ingratitude? And sometimes, when you think about it and you listen to the crux of the rant, it's not placed so much on the fact that this person or these individuals have been ungrateful, but rather it is placed on the fact that they did a good thing here or there, and whatever good they did wasn't reciprocated or it wasn't acknowledged on a sustained basis. Sometimes that's a crux of the rant. I was thinking about it though, and something hit me that I believe, will bless you as I just share, what the Lord has laid on my heart. Let's be very clear. Balance is critical in everything that we do. And I must also add that ingratitude stings. There's no justification for it, right? But you see, while we think about it, we should not lose sight of the fact that the condition of our heart matters in this situation and every other situation for that matter. Because you see, while we cannot control how others will choose to behave, while we cannot secure a guarantee that they won't be ungrateful in the future, we have control over how we choose to guard our hearts before the Lord, especially when we do whatever we do in the name of Christ to be a blessing to others. Again, guard our hearts, for out of it flows the issues of life. So it is important to keep, track of those we've helped, right? But here is a catch. Here's a blessing. Number one, never forget the fact that unless you are God, remember that you too have been helped by someone somewhere along the lines. You see, just having this mindset will take the air and the arrogance out of that grace that empowers us to be a blessing. It will take that infection from our hearts and cause our giving to be a blessing in such a way that God is glorified. I like the way Paul words it to the Corinthian believers in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse number 7, when he says, "For what makes you superior to others? And what do you have that you did not receive? But if you received it, why are you boasting as if you did not receive it?" That's something to think about. The second catch here I want to also leave with you is this: that it's okay not to make a fuss. If those you've helped couldn't reciprocate at the moment or even later on in life, it's okay. You see, life is in stages and life is in season. Furthermore, if you have to announce, if you find yourself compelled to feel that you have to announce, how much you've helped folks, or if you feel a need that you got to broadcast all the help that you've given to others, then I believe according to Jesus, you already have received your reward. In fact, I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, I couldn't make this stuff up. This is too good to be made up, right? So Matthew chapter 6 and verse 1 through 4, he says, "Beware that you do not bestow your good, your alms, in the sight of people in order to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward with the Father who is in heaven." Verse 2 goes on to say, "Therefore, when you give alms, when you give a blessing, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the street corners, so that they may have glory and praise from people." And Jesus goes on to say, "Truly I say to you, you have received your reward already." He goes on further to say, "But when you give alms, when you are a conduit of blessing to others," he says, "do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing." My God. And he ends that section of his instruction, of his teaching to us by saying, "So that your alms, your good deeds may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret shall himself reward you openly." Now let that sink in for a minute. So basically all I'm trying to say is this: being able to help others, if you can, should be seen as a privilege and should be seen as a joy to honor Jesus, who is the chief gifter of everything that you have and everything that you are and everything that you ever hope to be. So don't let it get to you, all right? Stay humble. Keep following. God bless you.